Good morning, Transplants for Children. Happy Sunday. I hope everyone's had a really good weekend, stuck at home with your family, but hopefully there's lots of love and happiness in the air. Today we're doing our third video for kind of keeping it together during coronavirus. Today we're actually going to talk about self-care, and it's going to be really interactive. So if you'd like, go ahead and grab a piece of paper, a pen. If you want to pause this video for a second so you can go grab something, that would be awesome, because I'm going to ask you to write some things down, and I'm going to ask you to drop some information in the comments so we can see where you're from, see where you're commenting from, and hopefully get everyone a little bit more lively as we go into this next week without work and without going out to restaurants and all that kind of stuff. So if you pause the video, welcome back. Awesome. I hope you really did get some paper. If you didn't, it's okay. You're still going to be able to get a lot from this. So I'm going to go ahead and dive on in. Let's see. First things first, I'd like to know where everyone is from. Just because, where are you from? Where are you listening from? Drop a comment, let us know. I'd love to interact with you after we post this. So I'd like to see where you're listening from. I'm in San Antonio. We've actually been shut down restaurants for a few days now, so just kind of been stuck at home hanging out like the rest of you and coming up with ideas for things to talk about. So let me know where you're from, and I'll respond in the comments whenever I get done with the video. Today, like I said, we're going to talk about self-care and topics that are going to help everyone get through this wave. It's been a lot of craziness. There's been a lot of just negativity in the news, and there's been a lot of like darkness, and if you're in San Antonio or anywhere around here, it's just been rainy and ugly too. So we're gonna try and boost our morale a little bit, and I hope that this really helps today. So now that I know where you're from and we know what we're gonna talk about, we're gonna go ahead and dive in. So self-care is described as taking care of oneself. And for me, this equates to emotional care, physical care, spirituality, and of course making sure our health is on point and that we're taking our medication. But we're going to go through the top three of these in order. So let's first talk about emotionally. Right now we're filled with all the unknown. We have all these different things that are coming at us. We hear news from CNN, from WOAI, from MSNBC, and we don't really know what's going to happen. We hear about the market, we hear about the percentage of death rate, we hear about the number of people that have contracted COVID-19, but there's so much news, there's so much media, we don't really know what's right or what's correct. So on your sheet of paper, I want you to write down 3 things related to our situation right now, related to the coronavirus, that you're fearful of. It could be that you're gonna catch it, it could be a lot of different things. It could be that your family's gonna be separated, or that you're not gonna get to go home, or the psychological effects of being able or having to stay home. Maybe it's that you haven't been able to go to school. So I hope you got a couple of things down. What we're going to do now is we're actually going to debunk a bunch of these, and you're not going to do it with me. I want you to do it on your own. But the best way to break through fear is to get rid of the unknown. So if it's a medical fear, if it's a psychological fear, what I want you to do is research this topic. Don't go on any of these media websites. Don't go on CNN, don't go on Fox, don't go on like SportsCenter. That's not going to help. What I want you to do is find medical doctors or physicians or practitioners, and I want you to find peer-reviewed journals like the American Medical Association or the Center of Disease Control, anything like that where there's real legitimate studied information coming out, so that you can find out what's really what, because there's a lot of stuff that's out there to scare us. So I want you, out of those 3 things, to do some research and find out what's really right, because the more you know, the less scared you're going to be, because the unknown is scarier than anything else in the world. The next thing we're going to talk about is the physical aspect of self-care. So self-care can mean a lot of different things for a lot of different people when it comes to physical. So on your paper, I want you to write the numbers 1, 2, and 3 again. And I want you to write 3 different physical things that you can do throughout your day, today or tomorrow, or maybe throughout the whole week, that'll make you feel like your body's really moving, like you're working, like you're walking around work again, like you're walking around school again. For me, it's working out at home, maybe doing some yoga, taking a bath, maybe putting on a face mask. These are all different things that we can do to really dive in to who we are and really make ourselves feel good. Even though we're stuck at home, there's still things that we can do to make ourselves stronger, to make ourselves feel prettier. Look, it's Sunday morning. I don't have anywhere to be, but I got up and I got ready because I wanted to feel like I could still take on this day, even though I don't have plans of going anywhere. So I hope you're still writing. I hope you came up with a few things. I'm going to pause for just a couple of seconds and let you think about some other physical things that you could do for self-care. Okay, awesome. So I hope we got a few things down. I want you to make a goal to get those 3 things, 4 things, whatever you wrote down, done in the next 3 to 5 days. Make a good week out of it. Maybe make a habit out of it. Now, the last thing on the list that we're going to talk about is spiritual self-care. Now, I don't know what your beliefs are. You don't really know what mine are, and that's okay. Everyone has different levels of spirituality, but I'm going to go ahead and assume that we all believe that there's some sort of creator out there, whether you are Christian or Catholic or Buddhist or New Age. It doesn't really matter. We all have a different level of spirituality that we can connect to, and we can make this stronger. And that's going to help our mindset when we're going through these tough times. So I want you to decide on one thing, just one singular thing that I want you to write down that you can do every single day for the next 7 days and make a habit out of this. So some examples could be you could pray, you could read a biblical text, you could meditate, you could even just practice self-awareness where you're really in the moment. You're really paying attention to what's going on. So if you're watching TV, you're watching the TV, you're not playing on your phone. If you're eating dinner with your family, you're sitting there eating dinner and you're having that conversation and you're engaged. So these are all just little things that we can do. And if we can work on these every single day, we're going to be so much happier people because our connection with spirituality, with Creator, is going to help us feel like we are divine. And if we feel divine, we won't feel as trapped by these worldly problems that are going on around us. So I hope that really helps. Now, I'm going to have you do one more thing today. And the reason we're going to have you do this is because it's just a great thing. So I want you to label on your paper 1 through 5. I'm going to give you a couple seconds to do that. Just 1 through 5. And what we're going to do is I want you to write down 5 things that you're grateful for. 5 different things that you're grateful for. Now, we've talked a little bit about the negativity that's going on in the world, but we haven't really talked about things that are amazing in this world. So what are you grateful for? I want you to write down these 5 things, at least 3, but let's try and get to 5 things that we're grateful for. Think about your family, your friends, your work, your school, maybe your pets, maybe your house, maybe the food you get to eat. I want you to think about everything in your life and what are you really grateful for? Maybe it's your toys, maybe it's the internet. I don't really know. It's up to you. I want you to write down 5 different things that you're grateful for. So in a couple seconds, I'm going to tell you why we're doing this. Awesome. I hope everyone has some good things written down. I hope this is making you feel a little bit more positive about the day and about everything that's going on. And the reason that it does this is that it's biologically impossible to feel fear and gratefulness at the same time. So if you are grateful, if you are actively thinking about things that you're grateful for, your attitude and your aptitude are going to be so much higher because your brain can't do both at the same time. So I want to give you homework for this. I want you every single day for the next 21 days to write down 3 things that you're grateful for. Now, I know this seems like a lot, but I promise you it'll change your life. I've done it a couple of times, and it makes everything so much better. You don't even realize what's changing until the end of it, and the way you respond is different. The way you feel about things is different. It's an absolutely incredible experience. So I want you to really try your best. Find a journal, find a home for these notes. Do it in your phone if you'd like, but write down 3 things every single day that you're grateful for, and I promise you your life will be exponentially more exciting and beautiful and happy, even with all of this going on. I want to say thank you for joining in today. I know this was a little bit longer video. If you stayed all the way till the end of this 10 minutes, then you're a freaking rock star, and I would love to meet you. If you have any following comments, questions, or you just want to chat, go ahead and drop it in the comments, and I'll be responding from my own personal page. I hope everyone has a great rest of your Sunday, a great rest of your week. We love all of you guys from Transplants for Children and myself, Travis. Have a wonderful day. Peace.